Hey, what's up, guys? Brad here. Today I want to talk about how to deal with haters, okay? Anybody who's building a YouTube channel, anybody who's building any kind of presence on social media is going to be subject at some point to, people, leaving a comment that's, rude or they're just trying to get under your skin, and you know that that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to tear you down, okay? So I want to talk about how do you deal with that. The first thing, one thing I learned from Gary Vaynerchuk is, what a stranger says to you online says nothing about you, okay? They don't know you, right? They know nothing about you. So what they're saying is indicative of what's happening for them, right? And, another thing Gary says is if somebody takes the time out of their day to come on to your content, to come on to your video and leave a comment that's negative, or you can tell it's just designed to cut you, right? If somebody's spending their time doing that, I mean, you got to imagine they're going through a rough time. Like they're in a painful place in life, okay? So that's one thing to just keep in mind when haters come into your comments. I have empathy for them, because for someone to do that, obviously it's not a reflection of me. They don't know me. But I feel sorry for them, because they must be in a rough place to take the time to leave a negative comment on content that I've produced. So that's the first thing. That kind of takes the edge off, right? It doesn't sting when you realize that that's actually what's happening. That's the scenario. The next piece is when someone gets charged up, when someone is in a place of hurt, or they get worked up by something that you've said in your content, there's an opportunity there. There's a really potent opportunity to make a connection, okay? And sometimes all it takes, if they actually want to connect, all it takes is for you to ask kind of a follow-up question, to be curious about what their experience is, okay? So if you're actually curious, if you actually want to understand what's happening for them, follow that up with, it seems like you're upset about this, and then maybe take a stab at why they might be upset about it. And that opens the door for them to kind of trust you a little bit more and feel safe to open up. And there can be some beautiful conversations that happen on social media when you ask follow-up questions, and don't just get defensive and kind of fire something back at them, but see them for where they are, where they must be in order to have left that kind of a comment on your content. And Gary Vaynerchuk has done that masterfully. That's a lot of how he's been able to build up such incredible followings on all of these different platforms: Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. He's the social media king for a reason, and it's because he cares about his audience, okay? He's not going to respond to every comment these days, because there's not enough time in the day for him to do that. But especially early on, when you're building something on social media, if you take the time and open your heart to the haters, or the people that you see as haters, because maybe it hits you in a certain way, the comment hits you and it doesn't feel good, and you say, you're just a hater. Well, there's actually a lot more opportunity there to kind of meet them where they are, understand where they are better, and have a conversation about it. And it's really fulfilling when that happens. When instead of banning them or just firing back, you try to understand where they're coming from, and it's really a beautiful thing when you're able to kind of back away from it enough to not be charged and to let that empathy come in. So, I just want to encourage anyone here who's building a tribe, building a following on social media, to take that frame, to adopt that framework, and kind of turn the haters into, it's very possible to turn a hater into kind of a lifelong, participant in what you're building on social media. So just want to encourage you guys to think about it that way. And let me know in the comments if you have any,